Hello everyone. Now we are in the part 6 of the video where we will be designing the PSC beam girder. And in this part 6 video we will be moving towards step number 8, that is check for deflection. You can go through this statement. Now let us start. Now just have an overlook. Till now we have covered total 7 steps. Where in part 1 video there is step number 1, design considerations. Part 2 video there is step number 2, design of section and section properties. Part 3, step number 3 and 4 were covered there, that is check for area provided. Step 4, eccentricity calculation. In part 4 video, calculation of steel, that is number of cables required, were done. And step 6, check for stresses, that it at initial and final stage was given. And in part 5 video, step number 7, check for shear was provided, that is when section is cracked and uncracked in flexure. When section is uncracked and when section is cracked in flexure. Now in this part 6 video, we will be giving check for deflection. This is nothing but step number 8, that is check for deflection. Now prior moving towards step number 8, just have a look. Deflections of prestressed concrete members. Deflection calculation of prestressed concrete member. There are some ideal conditions and their deflection formula is being calculated from the derivation. Now you are only supposed to remember this formula or this equation so as to calculate the deflection values. Now first case, if beam is provided with straight tendon, that is tendon or cable is provided at the same eccentricity throughout the length, that is nothing but beam with straight tendon. At that time, deflection due to cable, that will be inverse direction. Deflection due to cable will be in inverse direction, as you might be knowing. If this is our beam, this is the neutral axis, and if cable is provided in this manner, then when prestressing force P is applied with the help of jacks, then our beam gets deflected in this manner, that is tension at the top, compression at the bottom. Due to prestressing force, this beam gets shortened and deflected upwards. Hence, this deflection in upward direction is nothing but delta, and this deflection is due to cable and prestressing force applied. This deflection, upward deflection, is due to cable and prestressing force applied. And at service stage means at final stage, deflection will be in downward direction as usual, because some dead load and live load will be acting on the members. Hence at initial stage deflection will be in upward direction, at final stage deflection will be in downward direction. Now just have a look. Deflection formula when straight tendon is provided is delta is equal to minus P into E into L square divided by 8 EI. Now here minus sign indicates that deflection is in opposite direction, that is upwards. Second, if tendon with symmetrical trapezoidal profile is provided, now this will be the case when beam is subjected to 2-point loads. Then such will be the BMD, and cable profile is in view or analogous to the BMD due to cable loading. Hence, symmetrical trapezoidal profile will be provided if 2-point loads are being acting on the beam, and deflection formula for that will be minus P into E divided by 6 EI bracket 2L1 square plus 6L1L2 plus 3L2 square, where L1 is the distance up to first point loading, L2 is distance up to the CG from first point load, same L2, and L2 is the distance from the far end up to the point of loading, and this point of loading is symmetrical, and when such is the case, in case of cable profile provided, this deflection formula you are supposed to utilize. Minus sign indicates that deflection is in upward direction. This is nothing but deflection due to cable as seen earlier, and here you can see that due to BMD or the cable profile is similar to the BMD nature. Third, if beam is provided with parabolic tendon. Now when will be the parabolic tendon? When UDL is acting on the member, then due to UDL, BMD will be parabolic curve, hence cable profile will be parabolic in nature. Therefore deflection formula for that will be minus 5 by 48 P into E L square divided by EI. And fourth will be beam with parabolic tendon with positive eccentricity at support and negative eccentricity at center. Beam with parabolic tendon with positive eccentricity at supports and negative eccentricity at center. What this suggests or what this tells, here you can see parabolic profile cable is provided where eccentricity at the supports is in positive direction, that is above neutral axis. Eccentricity at supports is in positive direction, that is above neutral axis, and eccentricity at center is negative, that is below the neutral axis. And when such is the case that parabolic tendon with positive eccentricity at support and negative eccentricity at center is provided, you are supposed to calculate delta as PL square upon 48 EI into bracket minus 5 E1 plus E2. E1 is nothing but eccentricity at supports, at center. E2 is nothing but eccentricity at supports. In this manner you are supposed to calculate deflection. And when beam is provided with symmetrical straight sloping cable, in this manner, when beam is provided with symmetrical straight sloping cable, this will be the case when point load is acting, and due to point load acting, BMD will be of such nature, hence cable profile will be analogous, and it will be symmetrical straight sloping cable. And during this condition you are supposed to determine inverted deflection, that is deflection due to cable delta is equal to PL square upon 24 EI into bracket minus 2 E1 plus E2. Now here you are not supposed to go through the derivation, but only keep in mind the formulas for different cases so as to determine the inverted deflection delta. Now let us move towards step number 8, check for deflection. Now deflection will be of two types here. One will be deflection in downward direction, and another will be deflection in upward direction, that is delta upward. Once again have a look here. Downward deflection will be calculated by this formula, that is for point load and UDL. When point load is acting, deflection at center will be WL cube by 48 EI, and when UDL is acting, deflection at the center will be 5 by 384 WL raised to 4 divided by EI. These are the ideal cases, and this deflection formulas you are supposed to utilize for downward deflection. Prior we have seen deflection due to cable which were in upward direction. Hence, as seen earlier, downward deflection will be 5 by 384 into WL raised to 4 divided by EI. As in our given case, UDL is acting over the beam. Hence, downward deflection formula is 5 by 384 WL raised to 4 divided by EI. These are ideal conditions, and this you must know. Now here, E is nothing but EC, that is Young's modulus of concrete, and it is 5000 under root FCK. 5000 under root FCK. Clause you might be knowing, clause 6.2.3.1, page number 5, IS 1343/2012. I suggest you to recommend it or mention all the clauses during designing the problem it will add a better impression for your design and clear the concept during practice. Hence, by substituting values, 5000 under root grade of concrete is 50, hence FCK will be 50. Young's modulus of concrete is 35.35 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square. Newton per mm square. Hence, substitute all the values in this downward deflection formula due to UDL. That is, delta downward is 5 by 384 WL raised to 4 divided by EC into I. Substituting all the values, 5 into W is nothing but the dead load intensity, 5.36 kilonewton meter, converting it into Newton mm, that is into 10 raised to 3, into length of the member is given as 15 meter, 15 into 10 raised to 3, so as converting it into mm raised to 4 divided by 384. Elasticity, Young's modulus of elasticity of concrete we have calculated as 35.35 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square, and I of the section, that is moment of inertia of the section, we have calculated in the step number 2, that is 1.627 into 10 raised to 10. Hence, solving this, we will get deflection as 6.142 mm, that is in downward direction. And this deflection should not be greater than L by 250, that is 60 mm. This deflection should not be greater than L by 250, that is 60 mm. And from where we have taken this? We have taken this from clause number 20.3.1, page 29, IS 1343 2012. Clause number 20.3.1, page 29, IS 1343 2012. Now let's have a look towards IS code from where we have taken this. Here you will come to know this is IS 1343 2012, clause number 20.3.1, limit state of serviceability for deflection. Limit state of serviceability deflection. Now here from this we have taken this value. Let's have a look. From that clause, here the final deflection due to all loads including the effects of temperature, creep and shrinkage, and measured from as the cast level of the supports of floors, roofs and all other horizontal members should not normally exceed span divided by 250. That is nothing but L by 250. Hence, deflection should not be greater than L by 250. From this clause number 20.3.1, A deflection limiting value has been given. Now, delta upward is minus 5 PE L square divided by 48 EC into I. Now by default here E will be Young's modulus of elasticity of concrete. Now from where this formula have come? As seen earlier, let us see. Initially in the start of video I have shown you, when beam with parabolic cable profile is provided, upward deflection will be calculated by the formula minus 5 by 48 P into E into L square divided by EI. Hence, substituting the values, we get delta upward. Now here keep in mind, PI is nothing but initial pre-stressing force, that is 1248 kilonewton. In the previous steps you can go through. Substituting all the values here, here E is nothing but eccentricity, L is nothing but length of cable, EC is Young's modulus of concrete, and I is nothing but moment of inertia. Substitute all the values, you will get deflection value as minus 17.20 mm. Now this is nothing but upward deflection. This is nothing but upward deflection. Now, deflection at initial stage will be deflection downward plus deflection upward. Downward deflection was 6.142 plus upward deflection is minus 17.20. don't forget to consider this sign convention. Since upward deflection, it should be given with minus sign, and this algebraic summation will give value of minus 11.05 mm, which is in upward direction, delta initial, and it should not be greater than L by 300, that is 50 mm. It should not be greater than L by 300, that is 50 mm. And again we have considered this L by 300 from IS 1343 2012, page 29, clause 20.3.1, under that C. Here you can have a look. This is clause 20.3.1, under that C. Here it is, if finishes are to be applied to the prestressed concrete member, the total upward deflection should not exceed span by 300. Here we can see. In this way, we have determined the deflection at initial stage, which is in upward direction. Now, deflection at final stage. Deflection at final stage. Here, this was deflection at initial stage, and now we are determining deflection at final stage, that will be due to dead load plus live load plus pre-stress. Hence, deflection at final stage will be delta downward is equal to 5 by 384 Wg L raised to 4 divided by EC into I, plus 5 by 384 into WQ L raised to 4 divided by EC into I. Now you might be knowing deflection at final stage will be due to pre-stress plus dead load plus live load. Hence, download deflection will be due to dead load and live load, where Wg is dead load intensity and Wk is live load intensity. Now substituting all the values in this formula of delta downward at final stage, and formula is 5 by 384 Wg into L raised to 4 divided by EC into I, and this will be due to live load, that is 5 by 384 Wq into L raised to 4 divided by EC into I. This will be due to dead load, this will be due to live load. Substitute all the values. This all Wg and Wq you are knowing. In previous steps you have calculated. Substitute all this value in this equation and you will get downward deflection at 23.33 mm. 23.33 mm. And upward deflection as cable is parabolic, or parabolic cable profile is provided, formula for upward deflection is P0E into A into L square divided by AC into I. Divided by EC into I. Again have a look. This is our case, parabolic tendon. Upward deflection will be calculated by this formula, 5 by 48 P into E into L square divided by EI. We are supposed to use Pi during calculating initial deflection and substitute P0 instead of Pi during calculating final deflection. Hence, as we are calculating the deflection at final stage, that is due to pre-stress plus dead load plus live load, substitute P0 value, that is 1061 kilonewton as determined in the earlier steps. Hence, substituting all the values in above equation, you will get minus 14.6 mm deflection value. And this minus sign indicates that deflection is in upward direction. Hence, deflection at final stage will be delta downward plus delta upward. Downward deflection is 23.33 mm plus upward deflection is minus 14.6 mm. Hence, final deflection value will be 8.712 mm, which should not be greater than L by 250, that is 60 mm. Now hence final deflection is 8.712 mm, means it is in upward direction, and this deflection is not greater than 60 mm as per clause number 20.3.1 E IS 1343 2012 IS 1343 2012. Hence, okay, as our check is satisfied, that is final deflection is 8.712 mm, that is in upward direction, and which is not greater than L by 250, that is 60 mm, and this value we have taken from the clause number 20.3.1 IS 1343 2012. Hence, deflection check is satisfied. In this way, we have completed step number 8, that is check for deflection. For any queries, any doubts, any suggestions, please comment in the comment box, or you can go through the notes. Link for the notes is provided in description box. Now in upcoming video, that is part 7, we will be moving towards next step, that is step number 8. Thank you very much.